Oh yeah, free red box time. And guess what it is? Oh, here it is. Only the best. Moonfall. Roland Emmerich. So like I was saying, I think the Giants are going to win. Alright, so I'm going to be returning this Moonfall movie here. I got the camera weirdly set up, and I'll try to do it while I'm driving. What I did is I digitized the movie, and I'm just going to watch it, break it up over time, and watch it. Not going to keep it because eventually it's going to be on like streaming platforms or whatever. I used to do that with movies, you know, quote unquote pirate them. But also I've been doing it, I didn't even say that, I incriminate myself. But I do Plex. I have a Plex server installed at home, and so I can put stuff on there and then watch it. I digitized the entire Star Trek collection that I have, and it's really nice. Oh, also I digitized my dad's Stargate collection. Anyways, so enough about that stuff. But the Stargate does remind me of, you know, part of what I was going to talk about. I got about an hour into Moonfall, so it is a bit loud with the wind there. So far it's pretty formulaic. I mean, you've got the you know, something happens, and we know that like there's going to be a coming threat, and then, you know, years later, you got the reluctant hero that's kind of a wash up. You've got the psycho that's not the psycho, but the crazy person who knows the truth but nobody's listening, and it's very similar so far to kind of like Independence Day and other movies like that, other Roland Emmerich movies. 2012, another Roland Emmerich one, and another, you know, Earth destruction movie, and that's what Moonfall is. Is basically the moon has been knocked out of orbit, and then it's going to hit the Earth and destroy Earth. And so far it's just been procedural stuff. They've been kind of figuring out what they're going to do. Now they're putting together the crew to get onto the space shuttle, which they had parked in some museum, and someone had wrote F the moon on the side of it. And I was a bit surprised because I think this movie's PG-13, and I was like, wow, they're just going to have that on there for like half of the pieces. Oh, hey, there I go. Anyways, let's get that. We'll kind of do it like this. Anyways, I mean, that's about as much as I had on it. You know, it's a Roland Emmerich film. So, I love Roland Emmerich. He gave me Independence Day, and he gave me Stargate. I mean, the Stargate franchise is seriously one of the best all-around sci-fi franchises for me. I just love it and can't get enough of it, even though some of it's pretty bad. Sorry about that. Anyways, so Moonfall so far is a bit clunky, a bit formulaic. Also, the CGI is pretty bad. It's not like terrible, but you can tell that some things are a little too clean, and some of the lines are a little too perfect, and I don't know, it almost, at one point it almost looked like there were models. But Roland Emmerich he's just taken a successful model of Independence Day and just kind of repeated it over the years. And hey, you know what? He's probably put kids through college and all that. And I don't know what kind of a guy he is, but hey, I have enjoyed all of those movies, and I am enjoying this movie, Moonfall, even though I'm saying it's formulaic and it doesn't sound very good. It isn't, but I knew that, and that's why I watch it. That's why I love it. That's why I loved Independence Day for all those years, because of how terrible it was. All right, I need to. Anyways, sorry. Every time I turn, I drop it like that. But anyway, I'm here at the Red Box, so let me turn that off. Let me find you. There you are. All right. Engage for now. All right, so I'm just randomly I'm running some errands on Saturday here, and I figured I'd finish up my Moonfall review. Do it a similar way that I was doing it before, like this weird camera angle. Anyways, it was a Roland Emmerich film. If you've seen 2012, if you've seen Independence Day, if you've seen most of his films, then you've seen those movies. It had all the tropes. The ex-husband whose wife has married some rich guy, and then that rich guy having to redeem himself, being kind of a d-bag at first, and then and it had a lot of good. There's a lot of good actors in it, but it was hard to tell what was going on with some things. At one point, I thought Halle Berry had 2 ex-husbands and a current husband or something. I don't know. It was weird to tell what was going on with all that. I did kind of lose a little bit of interest in the characters and all that, so I wasn't paying the greatest attention. But like most Roland Emmerich films, once the action starts hitting, it takes over, and it's a fun, big, dumb, popcorn munching film. I mean, it's stupid. It turns out, spoilers here for the movie, spoilers. Turns out that the moon is actually a Dyson sphere that holds a white dwarf, and it's actually kind of an arc for an earlier human civilization that had developed, away from Earth, and yeah, I think I held on to it this time. Yeah. But anyways, they developed independent of Earth, and they became they started going throughout the universe and stuff like that. This is probably really dangerous what I'm doing, but I don't like having it down there on me. Sorry I don't have a hat or anything like that. But anyways, the aliens, they became very advanced, but almost too advanced, because they created an AI, and the AI turned against them and tried to kill them all, and so the moon was like a hiding place for them. Oh, sorry, there's just something up ahead on the road here, some weird people hitting their brakes for no reason. But anyways, and they were just hiding from these aliens, and I guess humans developed on Earth independently. I don't know how that all works out, but anyways, it's that's what it is. This alien force is trying to break in and steal the power of the white dwarf, which is causing the moon to lose its orbit and fall into the Earth. And the aliens inside aren't the aliens. They're not even aliens. They're humans. It's kind of weird, because they do that whole thing where they're trying to communicate with them, but they put them in a white room, and people they know are talking to them. Like the prophets in Deep Space Nine. But anyways, they do that whole thing. There's a Model A over here broken down. Yeah. There's probably a car show around here that I should probably be going to, you know, getting out and talking to people and things. But anyways, I keep getting distracted and saying, but anyways, the aliens, you know, we have to help them. Oh yeah, they find some device that they started working on and then stopped, and so they have to, like, you know, rebuild it. Oh, and they get on, they pull out the space shuttle from a museum. And I talked about that earlier, which I do believe that you only see the F word on the space shuttle a couple of times. So I think it's the same thing as like it is with the spoken words, that you can only say it twice, or something like that. I don't know. It's something I always heard. I just thought that was interesting for a PG-13 film. But anyways, as they're launching, one of the cooler things is that as the moon is closer, supposedly affects the gravity, and so they lose one of their main thrusters on the space shuttle, and so they're like, we can't make it, and like, well, but with the gravity assist from the moon being so close, we can do it. And so they launch as the moon's going overhead, and there's this wave coming, and they get through, and then a solid rocket booster cuts out. I maybe that could happen, but those things are candles, man. You light it, and there's no stopping it. Like, it goes until it's done, and unless, like, somehow it just cut out in between, because they are put together sectionally, at least they used to be. Anyways, it cuts out in mid-flight, and so they're like going on just one thruster, or one SRB, which would be insane. The weight of that extra SRB on it, plus only having half the thrust, and that thrust only coming from one side, it would be impossible to hold that thing steady. Maybe with the gravity changing and all that, maybe it made it a little bit more forgiving and the cracking doesn't come. But I tried it on KSP, and I was able to stabilize the thing a little bit, but once I got it going to where it's hard to tell, because what I had to do is I had to pull fuel out of an SRB, and so the weight was off, and I had to change the thrust to weight ratio, or not thrust ratio, I had to change the thrust on one of the SRBs to make it fly straight. And but anyways, I'm rambling on here way too long about not Moonfall. So yeah, Moonfall was I would give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's not my favorite Roland Emmerich film, but you know, it's one of those ones that, hey, if you got an afternoon, if you want to have your favorite beverage or herbal remedy or whatever makes you happy, this movie can be kind of fun. Movies like this can be kind of fun. So, yeah, if you're looking for some dumb fun, watch Moonfall. If you're looking for a good movie, don't watch Moonfall. Engage.